Next up on WTV, video game programming, book reviews, and this week's edition of My Life As. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Hey there, Hawk Nation. Today is Thursday, February 9th, and I'm Karina with today's Daily Update, brought to you by Wingspan TV. Learning isn't confined to the classroom or a textbook. Sometimes simply experiencing something can be an adventure in learning. And now students have the chance to learn by traveling to Asia. WTV's Varun Saravanan explains.
EF Tours offers students the chance to visit various places around the world with a teacher from campus. Journalism teacher Brian Higgins chaperoned an EF Tours trip to Europe last summer and believes that these trips can help students open up their view of the world in a wider context.
I think oftentimes students and people in general get trapped in where they are and where they live, and there's just so much more to see in the world that I think it's important to get out of the bubble and explore, and a trip with EF Tours I think is a great opportunity to do that.
The tours include a variety of activities for students to have a better understanding of the place's culture and history, while also providing the chance at credit for either high school or college. Senior Alex Trevino traveled to Europe last summer on the EF Tour, and his experience with Higgins gave him an unexpected opportunity.
In Europe, I was forced to make connections, and that wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It really opened up my opportunities, especially with my time in Wingspan, because I ended up hanging out with many of the people in Wingspan, and I met the teachers through that trip, and they gave me the opportunity to be the host of trivia.
Higgins is planning his first EF Tour, but switching gears in continents from Europe to Asia, as he is hoping to take students to Japan in the summer of 2024.
So when looking at the various EF Tours, the one that stood out to me the most was Japan, and I think this will be a great opportunity for students to visit a place that they might not visit otherwise and explore a culture that is as rich in history, if not more so, than Europe.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Varun Saravanan.
In the summer of 2024, students will have the chance to travel to Japan as part of a non-Frisco ISD-affiliated EF Tour. There will be an informational meeting on February 22nd. They'll provide details on travel logistics, how to possibly get high school or college credit for the trip, and affordable payment plans. Scan the QR code on the screen to register for the meeting, and for more information, email teacher Brian Higgins at higginsb@friscoisd.org. Playing video games is one thing, but students at the CTE Center are developing collaborative communication skills and video game programming. WTV's Nicholas Hamilton has more.
With the second semester underway, the video game programming class is shifting gears into learning about review-based collaboration skills, which students will use for their second semester of programming. Video game programming teacher Christine Peterson believes that these communication skills can pose a challenge for students who are used to their individual work.
By working together and sharing ideas, first they have to come together and decide on what game that they're going to write, which is very different than making all these individual choices. You have to agree with people that have different interests than you and different skill sets than you, and work together as a team. And overall, you have to continue to work together, because as people on the team develop parts of your project, the project has to come together in a unified program.
Collaboration skills will benefit students on the projects overall, according to junior Dia Bataray.
I think that in individual projects, you're the only one doing it, so you may be limited to what you can do because your brain just hasn't gotten the ideas. But with other people, they can provide you with ideas.
Despite developing group communication skills, it may feel similar to individual projects for junior Caleb Norris.
I think it might look like how it feels individually, but we're working together, I suppose. I guess sharing information is going to be a huge part of that.
Reporting for WTV, I am Nicholas Hamilton.
After more than 2 years, Red Hawks are still reading books and writing reviews for the book review website. WTV's Kylie Gore has the details.
The website is a Flipgrid with a QR code in the library, which has been up for over 2 years. The site is a place where students can share books from the school's library or online using Mac and Via or Sora. Sites used for reading and also provide a source to gain service hours.
So basically you can check out a book from the library and you read the book, and you can either write a written report and that'll give you an hour of service hours, or you can do a Flipgrid, which is a video for 2 service hours.
The book reviews have supported students who have class projects by helping them find the right book to present and share.
In English, we're doing dystopian book features, and I used a review for a book called Divergent to then select that book and use that as a book that will soon be used in a project or an essay.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Kylie Gore.
On this week's edition of My Life As, WTV takes a look into the life of French horn player Nolan Coons.
When I first got to school, I unpacked my instrument, got my music, and went and sat down to my spot with the rest of my section. I then waited till we started warm-ups, and we have our procedure that we go through every day before we play anything. Then we ran through some major parts in our pieces, and after all that, they closed the curtains, and we had a saxophone quartet before us play their fun little piece. And after they were done, they undid the curtains, and we all stood up, and then we played our first piece, stood up, showed our big smiles, played our second piece, third piece, and then we walked off stage.
If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. And now for today's announcement. Attention AP students. AP exam payment for spring AP courses is open through Friday. Payment will be made through online school fees, and payment finalizes the student's AP exam registration. Students in a fall or full year AP course who have not paid for their exam can pay by contacting CCMR facilitator Jamie Vanderpool by Friday. There's a $50 late fee per exam. Friday, February 10th is the final AP registration, payment, and refund request deadline for Frisco ISD. If you would like to send carnations to your friends, loved ones, and teachers on Valentine's Day, Key Club is selling carnations this year from January 30th to February 10th. Please fill out the form below to purchase carnations, which are $1 each. More information can be found on the form, and all proceeds will go to charity. If you are a sophomore or junior interested in National Honor Society, applications are open. The deadline is February 24th. Please scan the following QR code for the directions and application. Students, are you interested in conducting or learning about research? AP Research students are presenting their research design along with preliminary findings. To learn more about this year's research project, head to the library during advisory on February 16th. That's it for today's Daily Update. This is Karina for Wingspan TV.